Ruben Amorim given immediate Man United sack verdict as Red Devils embarrassed by Grimsby. Manchester United crashed out of the Carabao Cup at the second round at the hands of League Two side Grimsby, and the tide already appears to be turning against Ruben Amorim. Manchester United fans have demanded the sacking of Ruben Amorim in the aftermath of their humiliating Carabao Cup defeat. The Red Devils crashed out of the competition on Wednesday as they fell to defeat to Grimsby Town. Charles Vernam and Tyrell Warren scored first-half strikes, with summer signing Bryan Mbeumo pulling a goal back with 15 minutes to go. Harry Maguire then fired in a late equalizer for Amorim's side with just minutes to go. But in the end, United eventually fell to defeat on penalties. Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo the men to miss after a mammoth shootout. The defeat extended their disappointing start to the new season, having failed to win each of their opening two Premier League games against Arsenal and Fulham. And taking to social media during the defeat, a number of United fans called for Amorim to be removed from his post. One supporter said, "Against Grimsby Town? I hope you've prepared Amorim's sack letter. Useless club. Everyone knows eventually Ruben Amorim will get sacked. Why prolong it?" A further furious Red Devils supporter wrote, "He's clueless. This is a stackable offense. If you're truly a big club, have some ambition and sack him at this point. Any interim manager would be better in the short term. This is rock bottom literally." A final fan added, "I've mentally checked out of Man United. So this scoreline is not affecting me one bit. Sack Amorim tonight." It seems highly unlikely that United will pull the trigger on Amorim anytime soon. Red Devils Chiefs invested a total of around £9.2 million to prize the Portuguese coach away from Sporting Lisbon, while he signed a contract until 2027. United have also backed Amorim with a lucrative summer transfer window that has seen them spend over £200 million, a splurge that includes a major transformation of the club's front line. Several high-profile arrivals were brought in to add depth and sharpen their attacking options, while a few long-serving players departed as part of the rebuild. The expectation from both the board and the supporters is that these signings will help propel the team back into serious contention for domestic honors and deliver stronger performances in Europe. However, the start to the season has been far from convincing. They fell to a slender defeat against Arsenal on the opening weekend, a match in which they showed promise in patches but failed to convert chances when it mattered. That setback was followed by a frustrating 1-1 draw away at Fulham, where despite dominating large spells of possession, lapses in concentration at the back and a lack of cutting edge in front of goal cost them the full 3 points. The pressure is already beginning to mount on Amorim as fans are eager to see signs of progress from such heavy investment. United will certainly hope to secure their first Premier League win of the campaign this coming weekend when they welcome newly promoted Burnley to Old Trafford. A convincing result at home could not only kickstart their season but also ease growing concerns around the team's consistency, while dropping more points would undoubtedly intensify scrutiny on the new regime. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Fabrizio Romano hands Liverpool massive signing boost as elite star rejects rival offers. Fabrizio Romano has shut down claims Marc Guéhi could join one Premier League club, with Liverpool in pole position to sign the Crystal Palace captain. Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur have had bids for Guéhi rejected in previous transfer windows, as Palace were still hoping to hand him a new contract. However, the centre-back is not keen to pen fresh terms at Selhurst Park as he knows he has put himself in a great position to secure a major transfer. Guéhi's current terms expire in June 2026, which means Palace need to sell this summer or risk him leaving for nothing in a year's time. Liverpool have agreed personal terms with Guéhi and have also opened talks with Palace. But it was claimed on Sunday that Manchester City could hijack Liverpool's move for the England defender. The Daily Star claimed that the two clubs are on a collision course as they prepare to battle for Guéhi's capture. However, Romano has handed Liverpool a major lift by ending speculation that Guéhi could head to City. Despite receiving offers from other clubs, Guéhi's situation has not changed and Liverpool remains his favorite destination. Liverpool are locked in talks with Palace as they push to strike an agreement before the transfer deadline on Monday. Romano adds that if Liverpool cannot forge a deal this week, they will wait before landing the 25-year-old on a free transfer in summer 2026. On Friday, Romano said, "Crystal Palace would love to keep Marc Guéhi. Chairman Steve Parrish has said if he wants to sign a new contract, he can stay. But Gahey has a clear intention to not sign any new deal and to try a new chapter. And that new chapter for Gahey is Liverpool. Mark Gahey to Liverpool absolutely on. We have to see if Liverpool and Palace can agree on a deal this summer. The two clubs are still talking. The deal for Gahey is absolutely on. You remember what I told you 2 weeks ago? Giovanni, Leone, and Gahey. That remains the case. Liverpool want to sign both. Will they be able to reach an agreement with Palace? We will see, but the conversation is still ongoing. So the Gahey deal is on for Liverpool to get a new defender for Arne Slot in these final days of the transfer window. Liverpool are aiming to sign Gahey for around £35 million and have made it clear they do not want to go beyond the £40 million mark. Crystal Palace, however, are standing firm on their valuation, believed to be closer to £45 million, creating a potential standoff in negotiations. The situation means both clubs will need to find common ground if a deal is to be struck before the transfer window closes. Liverpool view Gahey as a key defensive reinforcement to provide competition and cover at the back, while Palace are reluctant to lose one of their most reliable players without securing maximum value. The coming days could prove decisive, with talks expected to continue as both sides weigh the importance of compromise against their respective priorities. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chelsea evaluating move for Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez. Chelsea are evaluating the possibility of a move for Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez, but there is not currently club-to-club contact. The Premier League side are in touch with the players' camp as they explore attacking options in case of exits, given Barca's depth in the position. Fermin's Barcelona contract runs through to 2029 after the midfielder signed a new deal in October 2024, which extended his existing terms by a further 2 years. The 22-year-old was sidelined for over a month at the start of the 2024-25 season with a thigh injury, but went on to make 46 appearances through the campaign, the majority of which coming as a substitute, and recorded 8 goals and 10 assists. Fermin scored in 3 of Barcelona's final 5 matches of the season as Hansi Flick's side lifted the Spanish title. The midfielder joined Barcelona from Real Betis aged 12 and came through the Catalan club's La Masia academy. After a loan spell with third-tier club Linares in the 2022-23 season, Fermin broke into Barcelona's first team, scoring 11 goals in 43 appearances under Xavi. Chelsea have added 6 new players to Enzo Maresca's first-team squad this season, with young Portuguese talent Dario Esugo arriving from Sporting CP as the club's only midfield reinforcement. His arrival comes at a time when the Blues have reshaped the center of the pitch, allowing Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Carney Chukwuemeka, and Leslie Ugachukwu to leave Stamford Bridge on permanent transfers. The shift highlights Maresca's intention to balance youthful promise with tactical flexibility as he continues to put his stamp on the squad. Meanwhile, Fermin Lopez continues to make strides on the international stage. The midfielder earned his senior Spain debut in June 2024 and has since added a second cap for the reigning European champions, further underlining his rapid progression. Despite his breakthrough, competition for minutes in Luis de la Fuente's midfield is fierce. Spain boasts an abundance of quality in central areas, with Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, Dani Olmo, Marc Casado, and Gavi all established options at the highest level. In addition, Marc Bernal, one of Barcelona's brightest prospects, is nearing a return after a long spell on the sidelines. The 18-year-old was forced to miss most of the season due to an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury, but his comeback is expected to strengthen the depth of Flick's squad heading into the new campaign. His recovery, alongside the continued growth of Fermin and others, suggests that Spain's midfield pool will remain one of the most competitive in world football for years to come. Chelsea are interested in Barcelona winger Fermin Lopez, though no direct contact has been made with the Spanish club. The 22-year-old, who has 19 goals and 11 assists in 89 appearances, could be available as Barcelona seek funds under FFP. However, Chelsea's main focus remains on moves for Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons, with several attackers likely to leave before the deadline. Lopez is seen as an alternative option should other deals stall. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Manchester United could revive Carlos Baleba interest if Bruno Fernandes is sold, The Guardian. Manchester United's transfer business could yet take a dramatic twist in the closing stages of the summer window, with reports suggesting that the club may be forced to explore midfield reinforcements if Bruno Fernandes departs. The Guardian claims that Fernandes, United's influential captain and creative heartbeat, remains on the radar of several clubs in Saudi Arabia. Most notably, Al Ittihad are understood to be considering a move, with the Saudi Pro League continuing to aggressively target high-profile European stars. The Portugal international has already been courted once before, with Al Hilal tabling a huge £100 million offer earlier this year. At the time, both Fernandes and United resisted the temptation, opting to continue their relationship as he remained central to the project at Old Trafford. However, fresh uncertainty has emerged. Fernandes endured a frustrating afternoon in United's 1-1 draw at Fulham on Sunday, missing a penalty in a performance that highlighted some of the issues within Amorim's side. While neither United nor the player have received any official fresh approaches, the mere possibility of renewed Saudi interest has been enough to spark speculation that the captain's future could once again come under question as the transfer deadline looms. United's position remains clear for now. Fernandes is vital to Amorim's plans, both as a leader on the pitch and as a symbol of experience in a squad that is gradually being reshaped with younger talents. Yet in football, circumstances can change rapidly. An eye-watering offer, similar to or surpassing the £100 million proposal previously rejected, could present the Glazer family and the recruitment team with a difficult decision, especially at a time when financial fair play restrictions and budgetary constraints limit the club's ability to strengthen elsewhere. If Fernandes were to leave, United would not only lose their most consistent chance creator, but also a player who has carried much of the attacking burden since his arrival in 2020. His departure would leave a creative void in midfield, one that United might seek to fill by reviving their long-standing interest in Brighton's Carlos Baleba. Baleba, just 20 years old, is seen as one of the most promising young midfielders in the Premier League. Since joining Brighton from Lille in 2023, the Cameroonian has impressed with his blend of energy, physicality, ball progression, and ability to operate as a dynamic box-to-box midfielder. United scouts have followed his development closely, viewing him as a potential long-term solution to their midfield rebuilding project. However, Brighton have made it clear that prizing Baleba away would not come cheaply, with reports suggesting that they would demand a minimum of £100 million to even consider a sale. That fee, though high, could be manageable if Fernandes leaves for Saudi Arabia, giving United both funds and urgency to move for Baleba. The Brighton star fits Amorim's vision of a young, high-intensity side, but he is a different profile. While Baleba adds balance and energy, replacing Fernandes' creativity, leadership, and decisive moments would still require further reinforcements. For now, it's only speculation. Fernandes hasn't shown any desire to leave, and no bid has arrived, but Saudi clubs can act quickly. If an offer comes, United could face losing their captain and chasing Baleba as a replacement, a move that could shape both their season and long-term strategy. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe.